To answer your question, yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under beeps. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all.
Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.
Welcome back, everybody, to Two Less Lonely Girls. I am Rosebud Baker, your host. Corinne Fisher is not here and also not picking up my phone calls. So this might not even record because we all know Corinne is the only one that has her shit together. I'm here today, though, with my other co-host who's stepping in, Alana Johnson from the most famous girl group of all time, Me Also. Round of applause, Alana.
So famous.
Yay!
So famous. Hello.
I hope you're all applauding instead of driving your cars.
That'd be wise.
Alana, I'm so excited you're here.
Me too.
You had one of the best auditions I've literally seen. I was like,
Stop
this
it.
bitch is...
Stop
I
it.
was like, we don't deserve her.
And the feeling is mutual.
I was like, you killed it. You fucking killed it. Were you listening to the podcast beforehand?
I'd heard a little bit of it, but
Okay.
not.
But you weren't like a regular listener.
No.
Yeah, I could tell because I was like, because you came in and you were just like, yeah, I'm just here to fucking sing. And I was like, I loved that. I like loved it, you know?
Good.
There was no part of you was like fangirling or anything like that. You were just like there, you did your thing, and then you left. And you know a friend of mine, Monroe Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Monroe. Yeah, we worked on a pilot together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did his podcast recently too. He's
Yeah.
so funny.
He's great.
He's great.
He's so funny. I've
He's
known
amazing.
Monroe since I was barking for comedy shows 5 years ago outside of like the Village Lantern.
That's
Like
amazing. And I just came back from a trip to Bali, and on the plane where my video did work, I saw his ass in Late Night. Did you know that he was in Late Night?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, no, fuck.
He killed it. Was
Hey,
it
friend.
The Tonight Show?
No, Late Night, the film.
Oh, okay.
The Mindy Kaling and Emma Roberts.
Oh, okay.
Film?
When you say
Yeah.
late night, I immediately go to like Fallon. And,
Yeah, you go to like the whole litany of late night people.
I didn't
because,
know that. I didn't know that. That's great. Charlie, leave her alone. Go to your place.
Charlie, go to your place. I love how Charlie has a place.
Yeah, he doesn't know what it is. Charlie, go to your place. It just means away from me. Like,
Okay.
Which is necessary because he's very needy. So then when you found out about Me Also, were you just like combing backstage or how did you find out about it?
So a friend of mine who I work with in a sketch comedy, an all women sketch comedy group called Comedy Derailed, shameless plug, she forwarded me the casting.
Okay.
And she was like, you need to try this. It's actually her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Hills. Yeah. She said you need, and she was like, I think you vibe with the girls and, you need to do this. And I saw all the Spice Girls and I was like, listen, they don't know that I was a sick Spice Girl. They didn't see me because they hid me in the closet back in the day. But I saw Spice Girls and I was like, oh, I'm there. You know, Spice Girls, women in comedy. I mean.
Yeah, you like brought it too. You fucking, I forget your song. What song were you singing? It was.
I sang TLC Waterfalls and then I sang Meghan Trainor Tidal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you rapped.
Yeah.
You fucking rapped in the middle of it. I was like,
I did.
This bitch is
Well,
literally committing so hard.
You got to honor Lisa Left Eye, you know?
Yeah.
Because they cut off her verse a lot of times.
Did they?
On the radio. No, I mean, some stations.
Oh, on the radio. Yeah, they had
on the
to.
radio,
Yeah.
They cut it out.
Thank God radio's done.
I know.
You know? And now you guys have 17,000 million podcasts to wade through. It's so much harder to just find something to listen to now.
So much. The paradox of choice.
You do have you find what you want.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And what you need.
And you guys found us. So that's what what matters. So when you I'm like trying to think about what Corinne told me to do, but also like
be present, be in the moment.
Follow my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, speak your truth, girl.
Yeah, okay, well, let me say this. Just because I have to get it off my chest. Guys, and Alana, maybe you can relate to this, but I'm going through the gnarliest period of my entire life. I have a period, and I also have a UTI because I've been a huge whore, and I am suffering. I am like suffering. And
Oh my.
listen, I haven't had any sort of vaginal issues per se.
Ever in life?
No, not since college.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been a while, and I'm like, this is nothing makes you feel more disgusting than when you're first of all, you have your period. Second, you have to wear a fucking pad. Okay,
Girl, I have to double plug. I have to do a super plus tampy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a fucking super pad because I will bleed fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
I would be bleeding on your couch right now if I were you.
I fully
I
am,
leak.
I'm hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
And
accurate.
I have like a UTI, and I tried, and I got the wrong shit. I got like what is it, Monistat?
Okay.
Which
Isn't that
it's,
for
which
yeast
is
infections?
for yeast infections. And I got that instead by accident.
What's the thing you're supposed to get? Aren't you just supposed to drink fucking cranberry juice and vinegar? I don't know. I've never had a
I don't
UTI, God
know.
bless, and I've been a huge whore.
I don't know. I'm just like trying to like solve it. And honestly, I could do better than the doctors, because you walk into a doctor's office and they're like, I don't know, try this. And they give you like some magical potion, and then you're like, well, why did this happen? And they're like, we don't know. And I'm
Right.
like, well, don't you study the fucking vagina?
Right.
How the fuck
Or
don't you know?
They give you a magical potion, and then next thing you know, you have fucking boils on your twat. It's
I
like,
know.
how did this? Where
they
did,
give
what?
you something else, and then something else happens. And
I
it's
was
like,
abstinent for 24 hours.
let me tell you something. If you fuck up the delicate balance in your own pussy, you are fucked. You're fucked.
Pretty much.
And then you start looking in the mirror, and you start, like, when I passed by the mirror this morning, I was like, ugh, you look like someone with a UTI, you disgusting whore. And like you start, it fucks with your confidence. It fucks with you. Like, I'm like
so someone with a UTI looks like they wear denim and a Ramon shirt. Is that?
no, I'm just like, you look like someone with a dirty pussy. Like, that's like how that's like, it might actually be the Ramones shirt that made me think that. But I was like, you look like you have a dirty pussy and you'd belong in hell. Like,
Dirty pussy uniform.
And I was just like, and I'm so ashamed. Like, I have to go do spots, and all I want to talk about is my vagina on stage, and nobody wants to hear it. And anyway, I had to get that off my chest, because it's a science
sucks.
project.
Yeah.
I'm using myself as a science project.
Yeah, you're like a little twat chemist.
Yes. And by the way, if I know Monistat is not for UTIs, but I don't care what it's for. You might as well pepper spray your own fucking pussy.
Ooh.
It is.
Itchy?
It's like putting a tampon full of fire ants into yourself.
I think that I've only had to use it once, and I'm pretty sure I was probably under the influence while I did it. So
Yeah.
I don't recall. But
Also, if anybody's listening to this, do not tweet anything about this to me, okay? I do not want this out there. This is for the listeners alone. Do not tweet anything about my pussy on the internet. Thank you so much.
noted.
I'm like, I don't want people out there thinking, it might not even be solved by then.
Probably
so
not.
we don't know what the fuck. It might make me cry if I
have a-
read something about it on Twitter.
You have a few more formulas to try out to get to the bottom of this.
Anyways, back to pop culture. So, are you a big pop music fan or pop culture fan?
So like 15, 14-year-old me, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was all about all the time, the teeny boppers and,
Right.
the Britney Spears and the Christina Aguilera and
Yeah.
the Spice Girls. Like, I was a fanatic.
Right.
A fanatic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
You
we
know?
all are. At that age, you're like,
Yeah.
I just want someone to make me feel as dramatic on the outside as I feel on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah. Who is your favorite?
Well, for reals,
Yeah.
when I say that I was a Six Spice Girl, I say that because in 5th grade, every single recess, me and my girls, there were 5 of us. We had a couple of backup singers, which I don't think the Spice Girls had, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You have to include bitches. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We would sing the entire Spice Girls discography every day. I used to print concert tickets
Oh my God.
on my Macintosh device.
Yes.
They had the floppy disk and shit. I used
Yeah.
to print them out, cut them up, bring them to school, and at lunch distribute them
Oh my God.
to people to come to the concert. Like, that's how serious it was.
I love that. Where'd you go to school?
So I went to St. Ignatius Loyola on.
Is that in the Bronx?
No, that is here in Manhattan.
Okay, you're from Manhattan.
I grew up in Manhattan. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I live in Jersey now, but I grew up in Manhattan.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
I'm from Manhattan, trying to make it happen. Anyway,
I thought you said you were from the Bronx, but maybe you were singing something.
I just look like I'm from the Bronx.
You have like a Bronx. You do have a Bronx attitude, but then I was like, is that racist?
Well, my entire family pretty much is from the Bronx. Like my
okay.
mom's side, Puerto Rican.
That's what I remember. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. I was like, why did I?
Yes.
I was like, is that me? Anyway, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you went to St. Ignatius, which is that a performing arts school or is
No,
it?
I didn't go to any I went to straight up Catholic schools. So
Really?
I'm like, the classically trained hoe.
Okay.
Because I went to all of the Catholic schools. Yes, exactly. So yeah,
I love classically trained hoe is fucking beautiful.
that just happened in the moment. You inspired me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was on 84th and Madison, and so
Okay.
Catholic school for life.
Yeah. So was it all girls or girls and guys?
No, that one was girls and guys.
Okay. So you invited guys to these concerts.
Everybody was invited.
Did they come?
There was circles. There'd be circles around us. Rosebud, we would get asked to perform at birthday parties.
Are you fucking serious?
We were no fucking joke. Like
You
we were
guys
committed.
Oh, so you have experience.
I mean, I was 10 years old, but yeah, I have that.
That's
within
experience,
me.
bitch.
Yeah, and it was all, self-motivated. Like nobody told us we had to do that.
Yeah.
We were just obsessed. We
Yeah.
were obsessed. My friends and I would ride around New York City on our bicycles and speak to each other in British accents. I mean, I could probably do it better when I was 10 years old because I didn't care what other people thought about me like I do today.
Yeah.
As a grown-up. We were obsessed.
Okay.
Obsessed.
All right. So then how did you find comedy after, were you...
Depression.
Yeah, okay. That is usually the
And
answer.
eating disorders.
For sure. Yeah, it's
Hello,
always
Catholic
something.
school, Upper East Side Catholic school. If you didn't have an eating disorder, there was something wrong with you.
I know. Yeah. Mine was, I was a late bloomer. It came in college, but for sure also had one. So hold on. So you were obsessed with the Spice Girls. That was like your main, they were your main squeeze.
Rose, but I have 9 Spice dolls in my closet as we speak.
Okay.
In the boxes.
Okay.
Because the sister was like, these are going to be worth something one day.
And they fucking are.
I mean, are they though?
Have you checked out
I
how much
haven't.
they're worth?
I feel like I did once and it was like $27. And I was like, I fucking bought this for 14.
Yeah.
Let's wait for their next reunion tour. Maybe.
I truly think they'd probably be worth a lot more now that the reunion tour happened.
I'm gonna stay tuned.
Yeah. So are you still a fan?
Of the Spice? Of
Yeah.
the Spice? Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
I work out to Spice Girls Radio. So.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Pandora Girl.
Who the fuck do they have on Spice Girls Radio other than Spice Girls?
I mean, probably some Brit, probably some Christina,
Okay.
All those
Poor
bitches.
Britney. Did you hear that she finally got free of the conservatorship this week?
Wait,
So-
what about, I don't know, what?
Okay, so her dad was like in charge of her and
Right.
like all of her money and all of the decisions that she made, where she went, where she like what she ate, what she did. And
What she ate?
everything that Britney has been doing for the last 15 plus years, she's been doing under the conservatorship of her father. So
Holy
she's
shit.
been living like a child, even though she's a full blown adult.
Right.
And, she had this kind of breakdown where she went into the mental institution. And
That's when she shaved her head and all that, right?
no.
Oh.
This was more recently.
Oh, yes. I
She
heard
was-
about that.
Yeah, and remember the Free Britney hashtag?
Yes.
Okay, so that was all about her conservatorship and her fans being like, let Britney free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This week she's free.
She's free.
She's officially free, and even though she looks like a sad, wet raccoon, she's out there. We'll see where she
Honestly,
goes.
There was, I'm sure there have been multiple documentaries, but I think HBO maybe did one a few years back. And I just remember watching that and being like, I genuinely want to be her friend. Like, I don't want anything from her, but I want to be her friend. Like, she just looked like,
I don't have that with her.
you don't?
No, she has the same eyes as my stepmom.
Oh.
Like this
There's
kind
gotta
of
be some
blank
sort of-
Scientology eyes. You know what I mean?
Your stepmom's a Scientologist? Is that
No,
confirmed?
but she has Scientology eyes.
She has- okay.
Do you know what I mean? There's like something else is going on behind them.
Yeah. Oh, she's probably fantasizing about having a normal fucking life.
Right. Yeah. With Brittany, it's more sad. With my stepmom, it's more like, I don't know what you're fucking planning, but I don't.
She's plotting some
like
shit?
it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She's like I don't know. There's like this blank kind of like almost Get Out version.
Oh,
You know what I
fuck.
mean? Like they have like Get Out face.
Get out face.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't wanna meet
that's
your
why
stepmom.
Brittany scares me.
Okay.
And why I don't really fuck with her like that. Do you have any pop stars that you're like a big fan of now?
I mean, I guess
Like currently?
I mean, I hate that they're all so much younger and have so much more potential than me, but I guess like Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Love Ariana.
Love her too.
Who else really though?
What about Lizzo? I'm big into Lizzo right now.
I love Lizzo.
Yeah.
The thing is, when I was younger, I used to like be on the prowl for who was next and the next big hit and all that. I'm not really like that today. Like
Yeah.
I kind of get all of my, pop music info like through friends. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like hand me down fandom.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, everybody's almost bandwagon fandom. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Whereas
Yeah.
I was more proactive about like discovering people
Oh,
when I
really?
was younger. Yeah.
Okay. You were like
Yeah.
little Scooter Braun.
I mean, well, I wrote for the Source magazine for a little bit out of
Okay.
college, so I think having to research
Mm-hmm.
all of these up and coming artists and listening to music all day and like good music but mostly shitty music. I was like, all right, like I'm over this
Right.
for the moment. So yeah, but
I feel like that happens to me whenever I start getting paid for something that I love to do. Whenever I get paid for something I
well,
love
I
to do.
wasn't paid, but
Oh, you weren't? Were you an intern?
I was technically an intern, but I was a full-on editor.
Right.
Like I had teams that I had to edit their shit for, and I was like, that's why I left. I was like, you guys aren't paying me, so I hope
Yeah.
nobody from there hears this, but they all know what it is. It's
Yeah.
probably better now.
I mean,
I was
who
too old,
knows?
I was too old for that shit.
I worked for Elite Daily for years, and it's. I feel like magazines and online journalism, the whole thing is kind of run by criminals.
Children.
Yeah, child criminals.
Child criminals.
And that's just how I feel about it. They really do take advantage of your
Absolutely.
time, and
Absolutely.
they limit what you can say, and they limit your so it's just fuck them.
It was like that for radio too, because I actually had a couple of radio internships. Because that was the thing that like I thought I was gonna do when I was in college, and
Yeah.
since I graduated, I got 2 checks for class action lawsuits. But yeah, because we were producers. We were doing producer work for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess a couple of students were like, nah.
Did you
A
follow
couple of
through on
millennials
those?
were like, nah.
Did you follow through on those?
Yeah,
Were
I
you
got my
like-
money. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but I mean, it was probably combined between the 2 internships like $1,000.
Holy fuck.
But yeah, it was something, because we were
Goddamn.
commuting because I went to Rutgers in Jersey, so we were commuting into the city to get in, and
Right.
spending all this money to be there for free.
Right.
The least they could have done was given us like a travel stipend or something.
For
but-
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten so many of those class action lawsuits from like iHeartRadio and
Clear Channel was one of them.
yeah,
Sirius.
Yeah, I haven't fucking followed through on any of them. I'm such an idiot.
What the fuck are you doing? It's like free money.
I
Well, not
know.
really, because you did the work. But
I know it's free money, but it's also like work. I'm like, I already did the work, and now I have to do more work to get my money.
it was such a simple process. I think I literally just sent an email
Really?
and was like, yeah, I'm down.
Oh,
Yeah, pay me, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
okay.
Fuck bitches, get money. Like, it was
See,
that simple.
You're a Virgo, right? Mm-hmm. See, this is why I wish I have a Virgo moon, which, do you know what that means?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
Linnea and Candace were kind of getting, Cadence rather, were kind of getting me into all this at our last
Yeah,
rehearsal.
yeah.
I was like, what does it mean? Who am I?
yeah. So I have a Virgo moon, but I'm a Pisces. So it's like they're opposites. Pisces and Virgo are opposites. Like Virgos are so good with details, with specifics. They're perfectionists. They
yeah.
can see where things need to be improved. I have all of that, but I just don't do it. So like, because I'm a
Yeah.
Pisces, I just don't, I go like, oh, I can see exactly what I need to do. I just don't, but then I get distracted with like the thought of like, what if I was a fish or a pony? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
those
just,
require a lot
my
more
brain
mental-
goes into,
Yeah, capacity. Yeah.
yeah, I have the brain-
Priorities.
Yeah. I have the brain of a toddler, and it's hard to be organized when you are thinking about toddler shit.
But hey, that could also be your next premise for the next big thing. So you have to pay attention. You have to be vigilant to your toddler thoughts.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
God damn it. So Ariana Grande, that's your girl, would you say? Is she like your number one?
Today, I was a really big fan of her when I first heard that the song with Mac Miller.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, because I loved Mariah Carey as a child.
Same.
And that song, the song she did with Mac Miller, I love the way you, that one.
Yeah.
Was very reminiscent to me of like Mariah with Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is my bitch, you know? Yeah. So yeah, and I think, obviously just in terms of her range and all of that.
If you saw her today in the street, if you're walking out of my apartment and you see Ariana Grande, what do you do?
It's a great question. Honestly, I probably would just like give her a head nod and keep it moving because it's just I can't. Growing up in New York City, like Will Ferrell lived in my building.
Really?
As a child.
Okay.
Yeah. And there were like a couple of NBA players that lived in another building that I lived in growing up. So, celebrities, like I've just kind of always looked at them as just regular people.
Yeah.
I think the one person that I really fangirled over, believe it or not, was Asher Roth.
Real? I don't even know who that is.
He's
if I'm being honest.
He sang "I love college." Yeah, I love drinking. You remember that song?
Yes.
I love college.
Yes.
That party last night was
That's
awfully
the
crazy.
person that you lost it for.
I can't really explain why, but I loved him so much in college that when I met him, I was like, oh my God. And it's not like he's like sexy or anything like that, but I don't know. He was just so like lyrically, just intellectually. I'm like, yeah, I could probably connect with him. Like we're probably really intellectually compatible.
I don't know, the way he says, I love college and I love drinking. I feel like we could connect on a deep level.
That's his commercial stuff.
Yeah.
Like, on Hot 97, he would freestyle for like 20 minutes straight.
Oh shit.
He was an English teacher. He was an English teacher turned rapper.
Okay.
So he's got he knows, he has vocabulary.
Yeah.
And that was just so sexy to me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. What did you say? Where did you see him and what happened?
I saw him. I think I snuck backstage I befriended somebody at the Best Buy Theater.
Okay.
For Paul Rosenberg from Hot 97.
I'm sorry,
not Paul Rosenberg. Peter Rosenberg. Well, they were on the morning show together.
Okay, all
before
right.
Cypher left.
Yeah.
And he does a birthday bash every year, Peter Rosenberg, and invites like, up and coming artists, established artists. Anyway, so I befriended a security guard at the Best Buy Theater. And I told him I wanted to meet so-and-so. I don't remember who. And he just got me back to like, he was like, you can't go back, but you can go right where the frickin' silver bars are,
Okay.
And they were walking by, like Asher and a couple of other people. Action Bronson, Action Bronson?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And, I was just like being a little fangirl. And I told him, because I had purchased tickets to another concert years before, only because I thought he was going to be there.
Okay.
And he didn't show up. So I told him, I was like, I have a bone to pick with you. And he was like, who is this bitch? Like, I don't know you, And anyway, he I posted a picture of me and him on Instagram. We took a picture together. He retweeted it. And I was like,
oh my God.
I just jizzed my pants.
I love that. You have to send me that picture.
I will.
We have to use it for the pod.
It's still up on the gram.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a big deal for me.
So that's such a cute way to like bond with him too, is like you just immediately went in.
Yeah.
I love that.
I was like, motherfucker, I bought concert tickets in Pennsylvania to see you, and you did not show up. I was pissed.
What did he say?
I think he kind of acted. He probably does so many shows. I think he may have said like, yeah, well, I wasn't supposed to be there. He brushed it off.
Right.
He brushed it off.
Right.
Like he wasn't like cute about it.
Yeah.
But we ultimately still bonded, so it was fine.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is he cute? Like once you get, because some guys aren't cute, but then once you get to know them, you're like, oh, now I'm attracted to you. And
to me, he was super sexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could just see I could see his brain through his face, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Give me that intellect.
I could see his brain through his face, and I was wet.
Basically. Basically,
I know what you're saying though, because I'm sexually attracted to talent.
There is a word for this. There's a word for this. It's not so much talent. Yeah, I had a joke once that the only STD that I hadn't contracted was talent. Because that's like talent is what makes me want to fuck people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Straight up.
Yes.
My boyfriend right now is a tattoo artist and an artist, and he's just like, oh, he's so sexy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, he is sexy in general, but that's besides the point.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy that I'm kind of seeing right now who's like so talented, and I just can't. He's very short, which is kind of an insult to me, but I'm like, it's fine because he's so talented,
right?
And he's so smart.
That's the thing with men, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's always something to compensate for their physical
I know.
mass, you know? But for women, we don't get that. You know
Dude,
what I mean? It's
if-
like, bitch, go to Colombia and get your tits done. You know
we
what I
have
mean?
to compensate for our talent. Like, it's like if we're talented or successful, we have to compensate for that by acting like a fucking idiot. Yeah.
It's exhausting.
When I'm on dates, I feel like I'm doing an impression of the kind of woman that goes on dates.
probably
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just like pretending to be like a woman that I watched on TV or something. Because I'm like, you can't say exactly what you're thinking. Because if you do, it literally you will castrate him.
Well, I mean, I think that for me with my relationship, you know, I met this guy in an environment where I was very safe. You know, I was around super non-judgmental people. I had a
Right.
fucking hickey on my neck from another guy when I met him. I was just out there. I just had
Yeah.
all my shit out there.
Yeah.
And that's actually what attracted him to me.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I wasn't even like trying to get
Yeah.
you to like me.
I know.
I was genuinely the most. It was a group setting. It wasn't a date, so you know it's a little different than what you're describing because one-on-one with someone that you're just meeting is different than meeting someone new in an environment in which you feel safe.
That's the thing.
You know?
That's why I'm not dating anymore. I can't do it. I
Yeah.
can't show up and be like, I
right,
can't pretend to be stupid for you. I can't pretend to be impressed with anything you're saying.
Right.
I also I've been around long enough where if I meet somebody, I know within 5 minutes exactly what kind of person they are. I literally can look at a guy, hear him talk for 2 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I know
Right.
exactly the archetype. I know
Right.
exactly where you come from. I don't need to do the rest of this. I already
Absolutely.
know if I'm interested or not. It's like an audition. I wish we could audition for dick.
Addictions.
Yeah, addictions.
Addiction.
We need to hold auditions and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of sad with I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sound, I don't know, maybe racist against my own kind or nationalistic, anti-nationalist against Americans, but like my boyfriend he wasn't born and raised here. He's from Colombia, and I feel like with all the guys with the laundry list of men that I've dated in the past few years from here, they were basically the same exact person with a different costume.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what they did for a living. There were artists, there were, tech guys. Ultimately, within a few weeks, I realized that this is the same fucking person as the last person,
Yeah.
Just had a different costume on, just a different shade,
Do you ever feel like that's because of, this is going to sound whatever.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like this is because of you, or do you feel like it's because I have done the same thing. I always date the brooding workaholic who's and I look at it and I go, why am I repeating this over and over and over again with
right.
a different person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do you ever feel like it's you also, but me also?
Shameless plug. I definitely recognized a pattern of the kind of guy that I was attracted to, and it was mostly a guy that treated me like shit, you know what I mean? So that I could feel victimized and then cry about it and be like, you don't love me and I do all this for you.
Yeah.
But I caught that. I
Yeah.
caught that. And now, you know, like this guy's nothing. He's unlike any guy that I've ever dated before. You know,
That's
he's
what
emotionally
happens.
available.
Yeah.
He's vulnerable, and it's so sexy.
That
Like, his
is what
vulnerability
happens
makes
when
me
you get
fucking
real
wet.
with your own shit.
Right.
You
Right.
just like start to, you go, okay, I see what I'm doing here. I'm like, I've been trying to earn love from people that can't give it to
That are
me because
incapable.
I'm more obsessed with the game of earning love than I am with this actual person.
Right, right.
And like, and then once you recognize that shit, then all of a sudden you attract like a totally different type of person into your life.
Exactly. And
It's crazy.
The thing too that happened to me was that, you know, before, like a couple years ago, I could stay in a situationship that it was a penetrationship, because
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Let's call it what it is. I could stay in one of those for like 6-7 months and be miserable and try to get the other person to change
Right.
for 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
Right. And then I progressively started noticing, you know, these qualities,
Yeah.
this pattern, and it became shorter and shorter and shorter that I would tolerate the shit.
Yeah.
And then I guess the universe was like, okay, she gets it. She's out of the maze now.
Yeah.
Let's give her a prize.
Right.
You know? So
It's like you took the blue pill.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, everything happens for a reason and in due time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that.
And I wasn't looking, you know, literally I was like, I was like, I am in a relationship with Alana right now, you know?
Yeah.
And then boom, I meet this motherfucker. I had a hickey on my neck from another guy.
Yeah.
And you know, and I was talking about it too, because it was a pool party.
Right.
So people saw it.
Yeah, you're
obviously.
gonna
I wasn't-
address it.
Right. I wasn't trying to hide it. And they were like, oh, you know, da-da-da. I was like, listen, this is just business. This was just business, you know? Like, and then that's when he asked me, he was like, is it over? And I was like, I mean, it could be.
I love that.
So
That's so cute.
yeah, yeah.
I hope that is what happens for Ariana next, because she's got horrible taste.
Yeah.
Like she goes for guys that are not good for her. You know?
I mean, yeah.
'Cause
But that's what you do at that age, I feel. I mean, she's what, 25?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
She
she's
looks like
got like
she's
2
13
more
and a half.
years of this being cute, and then she's got to grow up.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
especially because like everybody can see her.
Yeah. Also, stop wearing sweatshirts for dresses. All right. We know you're small.
I
we
mean,
get it.
Yeah.
We get it. You're a
truthfully,
small person.
I look at her and I'm like, does she even menstruate?
I know. I doubt it. Honestly.
I doubt it.
I truly doubt it. Oh
You
shit!
know?
Corinne just called. She's like, finally, like,
Hey, Corinne.
glad you decided to join us, Corinne. No, I think that this did record.
Awesome.
I hope that we can hear you, because right now your levels are very low, but you're also not talking.
I'm not. Now I am.
Oh, now you're good. Okay.
Boom.
So I'm hoping that you guys, if the sound on this, guys, isn't great, I just want you to know to blame Corinne because she wasn't here. And she wasn't supposed to be here, but I would rather you blame her than blame me. Does that make sense?
We did our best.
We did our best,
And that's all we could
and
do.
my best isn't good enough, and that's the way your cookie is crumbling today.
That is not a good way to talk to your subconscious. Your best is your best.
Look, my best is my best, and if it's not good enough for you guys,
Suck it.
I don't know. Go fuck yourselves.
Suck my UTI.
Suck the UTI. Seriously, please do. Get
Please
rid of my
suck the
UTI for me.
Out of my vag.
God damn it. Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you are not familiar with the podcast, we end every week by asking each other what's making you less lonely this week. If there's one thing that's making you less lonely this week. For me, I'll go first. I have to say that what's making me less lonely this week are keto snacks. Because here's the thing. I never do popular diets. I'm not into those. But I love to just like try their snacks. You know, I like to see what people are working with. Because every time there's a new diet every 6 months.
Yeah.
And they always like, and then the food companies hear about it and then they're like, oh, we're going to make keto snacks. I had a keto smoothie today and last night in between horrible cramps that I gotta say were not bad. I was really impressed. I don't know what the brand is. I'm sorry. I'm whatever. But I gotta say, I do love a popular diet snack just to see
Just to test the waters.
Just to test the waters.
See what all the hype's about.
See what the hype's about.
Yeah.
See what you guys are fucking bitching about. Mm-hmm. You know, because you're all on keto and you're so miserable. And I'm like, why are they so miserable? Let me try their snacks.
They're on keto. They're intermittent fasting. Intermittent.
I've been thinking about
Just
the
said
intermittent.
that's so weird.
I know.
Intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting.
fasting.
It's hard to not say that weird.
Yeah.
But I'm like trying to fuck with it a little bit, the intermittent fasting, because I'm like, you know, there's got to be something to that. That seems to make sense to me. And also just like, I do have a problem with eating at night. I love to eat at night.
I binge at night.
Ugh.
I mean, that's what makes me feel less lonely. You know, all the fucking tortilla chips that I stuff into my mouth at 2 a.m. You know
I
what mean?
love that.
Yeah.
So that's what's making you less lonely this week?
I mean, I don't have tortilla chips in my bag, but I do have 7 1-bar. Are they 1 bars? They're protein bars
Oh, hell yeah.
in my bag.
I love a protein bar.
No, I have 5 because they're 6. They're buy 5 get 1 free. So I ate 1 on my way here. So I have 5. So those generally make me feel less lonely. It's also my birthday on Sunday.
Happy
so
birthday!
Thank you, my
Virgo!
girl. I gave myself for my birthday this trip to Bali, you know, so I feel like I celebrated for fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And like my mom and my brother are up my ass like, what do you want to do for your birthday? It's so close. I'm like, I just want to fucking take a nap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm still kind of jet lagged, you know. I
Yeah.
fell asleep at 6 o'clock last night.
Dude, I gotta say, Bali, you cannot get further away without coming back. It
Yeah.
is that is the longest I've ever spent on a plane. And when I got off in Bali, my fucking ankles were the size of my neck.
I didn't even think about the swelling. I mean, yeah, the trip there was awful. The trip back was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because, you know, in your mind, you know what to expect.
Right.
But yeah, so
It's bad.
My family harassing me about what to do for my birthday that I don't give a fuck about is making me feel less lonely this week.
Okay.
And all of my 1 bars that I go to GNC probably once a week and get 6 at a time. I should probably just buy a fucking box.
So a good GNC deal and your
yes.
family harassing you.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Oh, and all the emails that I'm getting for happy birthday, Alana. Enjoy 25% off at this place and this place and this place.
Oh,
I'm like,
hell yeah.
Mama's gonna use these coupons. She's gonna. So, yeah.
I love that. Well, I hope you have a great birthday.
Thank you.
Where can people find you?
So you can follow me on the gram at It's Alana J, ITSALANAJ. And yeah, that's basically the place. I also have a web series that you can watch, To Grown. It's at TWO Grown, because
Okay.
there's 2 of us. TWOgrown.com. And yeah, those are my places.
That's great.
Like
Awesome.
Charlie has his place. Those are my places.
Well, you guys are gonna love following Alana on this Me Also journey. She's so fucking talented, and I
but
really.
don't.
So follow her on Instagram, follow her on Twitter. You can follow me and Corinne on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Rosebud Baker. She's at Philanthropy Gal. And you can follow our producer, Mike Coscarelli, at Mike Coscarelli. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.